Hello and welcome to Stories from Motorsports. Today we got part-time ARCA driver Langan with us. How you doing, Langan?
I'm doing good. How about you?
We're
Doing
doing
well.
fabulous. So give our followers a bit of what you're known for.
Yeah, so I run part-time ARCA. I've won 2 out of the 4 races I've been in. And then I do the U.S. Legend Cars. I'm in the Pro Division, and I run almost every weekend with the U.S. Legend Cars. So definitely a busy schedule, but I love doing it. So the U.S. Legend Cars, it's just their main touring series or national races. It just depends on what race we're at.
Pretty cool. So what made you get started into racing?
Yeah, it runs in the bloodline. I'm the 4th generation. So my great grandfather to my great grandpa, like my dad, it just runs in the family. So I was the 4th generation to race, and they're definitely 100% behind me. And it's pretty cool to be the 4th generation.
Awesome. So what was the progress you did to becoming the driver?
Yeah, so I started out in dirt go-karts, and then I moved up to dirt modifieds. I raced dirt go-karts to the age of 4 to the age of 12, and then I moved up to dirt modifieds at the age of 12 to still race them currently, just not as often. And then I got into the U.S. Legend Car Series with Joe Ryan Race Cars, and ever since then, my careers just went up. And then as of last year, I got my first ARCA start, and I finished 7th. So it's definitely been a cool journey on the way up.
That's awesome. Fire away, Justin.
All right, so let's get to ARCA for a second. So, how competitive is ARCA this year? Are you satisfied with your year so far in those cars, or not really? Which you can do more?
I obviously want to do more races, but I've only ran 1 race this year in ARCA, and I ended up winning. So I think my year's been pretty good already. Just hopefully to finish out this year strong and have a good year for the 2022 season.
Awesome. So is the NASCAR Xfinity and Cup cars in your pizza too? Is that
Yeah, hopefully, I'm willing to do anything. NASCAR Cup, that's all obviously my goal. But Xfinity, NASCAR Cape World Truck Series, that would be pretty cool too. So definitely want to do some of those races and the other years.
Awesome to hear. So what was it like winning your first ARCA race?
It was definitely a dream come true moment. I've always want to be on that big of a stage and win, especially racing against Ty Gibbs and Ken Strader and all the big names. It was pretty cool to win at the Dirt to the Coin race. So it was definitely a dream come true, and I would definitely do it all over again.
And what's it been like winning 2 out of your 4 races?
Oh, it's been pretty cool. Just had my first win, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. And then won my second one, and I'm like, I think I belong here. So I'm definitely still learning the ARCA cars. They're definitely different, but it's taken me a minute, but I think we're on the right track.
Good to hear. Who'd you beat in those races?
Yeah, so my first ARCA race, I finished 7th. My second one, I won, and I raced Ty Gibbs, Ken Strader, Taylor Gray, Corey Heim, Jesse Love, some of the ARCA regulars. And then out west, I raced against some really good competition out there. Just having a blast. That was the most important part.
Awesome. Fire away, Justin.
so? What is your plans beyond this year? I mean, has any teams approached you and said, you know what, we'd like to have you in your stuff, in our stuff?
Yes, for sure. We've definitely, after winning those ARCA races and starting to venture into the bigger cars, we've definitely looked at some bigger teams and run some bigger races, like if it's in the trucks or whatever it is. So definitely looking in the future and hopefully be able to run in the truck series coming up.
That's really awesome, man. So what are your plans at the moment for ARCA this year? Are you running more races?
That's hopefully the plan. We don't have anything scheduled right now, but hopefully can run some more races this year and hopefully get back on the seat soon.
Cool. Who's your sponsor in your race team?
Yeah, so I race with Joe Ryan Race Cars. I have 19th Green. They're amazing. Joe Ryan Race Cars, of course. Of my family, they're very supportive of me. I have Belgrove's Enterprise, Dave Reeves. There's just a lot of amazing sponsors. Bill Steen, Shocks. There's been a lot of great people that have come aboard. So I wouldn't change this. If I stopped racing today, I wouldn't change it for the world. And I've definitely had a dream year.
That's awesome. And what would be a bigger dream year is you winning the championship next year.
Yes, sir. I want to run some more races this year and hopefully have some more strong finishes. So looking forward to it.
Fire away, Justin.
So, strong finishes, what class would you like to hit if a NASCAR team comes up and says, you know what, we want you to race for us, but you pick the race class?
Oh, I would love to, like the Martinsvilles, the short tracks definitely look really fun. I can't race anything a mile and a half right now or anything over a mile until I'm 18. So definitely have to stick to the short tracks right now. But, if I got the opportunity in a cup team or an Xfinity team, truck team, whoever come to me and said they want to put me in the seat, I'd definitely like to run anything they offer to give me.
How old are you at the moment?
16.
That's pretty young.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's it like being a youthful driver?
It's definitely neat. It's just learning. I'm still 16, so I have a little bit of time to learn. So when I do get to the older age, I have a notebook and have something. So when I do run the trucks full time or Xfinity full time, I have a lot of notes I can go back to. And just this year and me being only 16 is just all about learning.
Have you ever raced road courses at all?
Yeah. So in the U.S. Legend Cars, I've raced road courses. And I'm not a big road course racer. I don't have a lot of road course experience, but the races I have run, I've had a blast, and I definitely fell in love with road course racing. So we definitely like at Charlotte. We actually just talked about this the other day. I've won all six road course races over there. So I'm definitely in love with road courses, and I would love to do them.
You should consider trying out Ron Fellows' school. That might help you.
Yeah. Or contact Boris said.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what's your favorite racing movie?
Oh, that's a tough one. There's quite a few out there, but I would probably say Days of Thunder, honestly. That's a pretty neat movie. Or Talladega Nights. There's a lot of great ones. You can't really pick on one because there's a lot of them.
I've heard from people in the NASCAR community that they recite a lot of Days of Thunder quotes to each other when they're at the racetrack. Especially the best quote I think that there's been in any other racing movie is "hit the pace car" because it's the only thing you haven't hit.
Yes, sometimes you have those days. But yeah, that's definitely a popular quote into the racing community is that quote because you'll definitely have those days and it's part of it.
Who is your biggest role model at your age right now in racing?
I would probably say Ron Hornaday. He stepped behind me and was willing to help me and push me along and teach me the ropes of racing about 5 years ago now. So he's definitely probably my biggest role model. He's a great guy and hard worker, and you can definitely tell he's worked for whatever he has.
Definitely. And I heard from another driver that even with his retirement, he's still staying busy.
Yes, so he definitely stays busy. He's working on a hot rod right now. I just caught him about an hour ago, and he said he was working on a hot rod and getting it ready to go on the road. So he's definitely always busy and always doing something, but he's definitely a cool guy.
So do you race in the ARCA for Ron, or where do you race for Ron if you're...
So I don't race for in my dirt modified. He actually builds Hornaday race cars, which are dirt modifieds, and I have one of his cars, and I go race it when I have time. But I ran for Brett Jones Racing for my first win, and then I ran for Bruce Cook. So it's definitely two teams that are really good, and wouldn't trade it for the world.
Great to hear. Fire away, Justin.
Well, so Landon, would you say between the two teams, which team would you go with for a full-time ARCA rider if you had a choice?
I'd go with any of them. They're two amazing, great teams, and they gave me the opportunity, and so I'm very grateful for that. And I would never pick because if they wasn't willing for them two teams giving me the opportunity, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
Yeah, definitely. So are you hoping to be in NASCAR and all that in the future, or IndyCar? What do you pick?
Definitely NASCAR. That's something that's been my dream since I was a baby. So definitely want to go to NASCAR and make it to the Cup Series. That's something my great-grandfather, my grandpa, my dad's always wanted to do, and I definitely want to be the first one to hopefully get to that higher level of racing.
Well, if Doug and I had the money, we'd totally sponsor you. But
yeah, definitely. So this is our last question we have, but how do you think your journey can impact others?
Just what I always tell to the kids that ask me is just always be humble, stay humble. It's definitely staying humble can go a long ways in racing. So remember where you came from, work hard for what you have, and don't take anything for granted because it could definitely leave you the next day. So just always work hard, stay humble, and put your head down and grind.
Definitely.
And before we go, do you have anybody you want to thank, sponsor-wise, friends, family, whatever, Landon?
Yes, there's definitely a lot of people. There's probably a wall full of people that I couldn't list, but they know who they are. Just 19th Green, they come aboard on my ARCA races and Legend Cars, and they've been a huge help to me. Bilstein Racing, Bilstein Shocks, they're huge. Team Hornaday Development, they're definitely one of a kind to be around, and I would not trade them for the world. Joe Ryan Race Cars for allowing me to come race for them. All the ARCA teams that have helped me, and all the great people that I've met along the way that have just gave me some amazing advice. And I like to thank them too. My family that support me behind this. They're definitely great supporters, and hopefully one day I'll be in Cup for them. But just there's a lot of people that go into this, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
That's incredible, man. You have a great journey. So that's all we have for now, but Justin, close us out.
All right, so we're glad to be back with Stories from Motorsports. And Landon, we thank you for coming on after this long break we've had.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I'd definitely like to do this again.
We can make that happen, sir.
Definitely.